At the airport, I grabbed my black suitcase from the carousel. Standard. It wasn't labeled. When I opened it at home, no clothes. Just Polaroids. Each one was of me sleeping, eating, driving. One photo showed me opening the suitcase. At the bottom, a note. "Thank you for carrying me home." Then a knock at the door. When I opened it, same suitcase, still spinning on the carousel. I didn't travel much. This was my 3rd time in the last year. The other 2 trips I'd taken were to visit my sister. She lived out west, a 5-hour flight away. My parents didn't make me take a suitcase. They just said, "Don't come back with anything bigger than a backpack." So when my sister moved, I flew out to help her pack. I remember because it was the only time I'd ever used a suitcase. And I picked this one because it was big enough to fit all my clothes and then some, and it was cheap, $39.99. I got it in the airport store. I didn't think to label it. I figured if anyone found it, they'd figure out who it belonged to. Plus, I was more worried about getting through customs with it than without it. I flew out there and back with it. My sister and I laughed about how ridiculous it was that I had brought a suitcase. She said, "You look like you're about to go on vacation, not move across the country." We took a picture of me with it. That was the first Polaroid camera I'd ever used. She said it was so I wouldn't forget the trip. Every time I saw the pictures, I'd remember how much fun I'd had. I didn't know she'd taken a picture of me with the suitcase. The next time I saw it, I was back at the airport. I was flying home for Christmas. I remember because I'd brought an orange peel with me. That was the only time I'd ever smuggled something. I hid it in my shoes. I made it through security, but then I got pulled over by the baggage handler because the X-ray machine had found something suspicious in my bag. It turned out to be the orange peel, but after he let me off with a warning, I threw the peel away. I didn't want to tempt fate again. That's why I was so surprised when I got home and the suitcase was sitting in my living room. Then I saw the pictures. I had no idea she'd been following me. The creepiest part was that they were all recent. How had she gotten them? Why? I didn't know she was taking pictures until I saw the last one. She must have put that roll of film in right before she took that picture. The fact that she'd done that meant that there was definitely something wrong with her. And now she was outside my house, knocking on my door with the suitcase that I hadn't even seen since the day she'd moved. I should have known. The second I saw that suitcase on the carousel, I should have known.